Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Andrew Earthrise and I'll be continuing my Coptic Egyptian course that I've been putting out. This is the fourth part, and what I've created this time is a story. So it's going to be putting together all of the things we've learned so far from part 1 to part 3, and it's going to be the most advanced thing, and you'll be learning a lot of new vocabulary in this one. So I suggest that you go over this a couple times until you get it. Anyhow, we have some new determinatives. The first determinative is the reed with legs on it, and this is a special one for a special verb, and that verb is to come. So only the verb to come has this sound. And it also has the sound E, which is the reason why it is the reed with legs on it. And then we have a man pointing at his mouth. That means something to do with eating, talking, speaking, anything that you do with your mouth is going to use this man with the hand pointing at his mouth. And we have an eye. I guess that's for looking. We have a man standing. I guess that's for standing. And then there's a man with his arms raised, a fly, and then a man with a sack. And the title of the story we have today is Anub. So the meaning of the story will be around Anubis, the dog. So let's get started. And I'll just read through this one time in Coptic Egyptian, and then we're going to explain it. So, 𝑓 𝑓 𝑓 𝑓 is in the garden. 𝑓 𝑓 𝑓 𝑓 He sits in the garden. 𝑓 𝑓 The servant is in the atrium. 𝑓 𝑓 He works in the atrium. Berenike Berenike Intos She sits in the atrium. Carmion Carmion is in the library. Intof He writes in the library. Anub Anubis is in the road. Pimakiros The cook is in the kitchen. Intof feinkot He sleeps. Uom Food is in the kitchen. Uom Anub fi echun epimain pisi. Anub comes into the kitchen. Anub fi echun epimain pisi. Intof fnau epiuom. He is looking at the food. Intof fnau epiuom. Piuhor fuom impiuom. Piuhor fuom impiuom. The dog is eating the food. The dog eats the food. Kainre futonf. Kainre gets up. Kainre gets up. Intof fnau epiuhor. He looks at the dog. Intof fnau epiuhor. Pimakiros fmuti anub. The cook yells at Anubis. Pimakiros fmuti anub. The cook yells at Anubis. He's yelling. Pisoni, pest, thief, piuhor, 𝑓-pot. The dog flees. 𝑝iuhor 𝑓-pot. So this is a story of how Anubis and everybody else is acting in the villa. And so most of everybody else, they're doing their own thing, but the highlight of the story is where the cook is sleeping on the job and he has food prepared. So the dog walks in and he steals the food. 𝑝iuom. He steals the food and he runs away. Once he wakes up the cook, he makes all this noise and the cook yells at him and he scares the dog away after calling him a pest and a thief. Anyhow, we learned some new words today. We learned the pronouns he and she. For men, it's intof, with the F on the end, intof, and then you can put the determinative there to tell who it is. So Cleomenes has the sitting man determinative. The servant, he has the servant determinative, pabok. Berenike has the woman determinative, so she's intos, and then she's a woman. Then Carmion, intof, he's a sitting boy, intof. Anubis is coming into the place, and we can see here that we learned some new vocabulary. So intof, the makiros, the cook, is sleeping. The cook, he, is sleeping. And food, uom, and we can see that food, uom, has that determinative with the man pointing at his mouth, which is referring to food. Then we have Anubis coming in, so he comes, phi, that's the coming in symbol, 𝑓-𝓴, and this is just the word in, 𝓴, epi main pisi, comes into the kitchen, and he, the dog, intof, for now, he looks, for now, 𝑝iuom, he looks at the food. And the dog, 𝑓uom, he eats in 𝑝iuom. So the word for food and for eat is the same thing. Uom is food, is a noun, and then 𝑓uom is a verb. So he's eating the food. 𝑓uom 𝑝iuom. So anyhow, 𝑓uom is a verb and 𝑝iuom is a noun. So uom is the same thing as eating and then the food. And then 𝑘αΐνρε, he gets up. He gets himself up. And this is the man standing up. He gets himself up. 𝑓tonf, he gets himself up. And then he looks at the dog. He looks at the dog. At the dog. And the cook calls to or yells at Anubis. The cook yells at Anubis. And he said, the pimakiros famuti anu. The cook yells at Anubis. And you can see this man standing up yelling at Anubis. And he says, pest, pito. And you can see a bug right there. That's a pest. And then pisoni. And that is a man that is walking with things on the back. So he's a vagabond. So he's calling him a pest and a thief. Pito, pisoni. And then the dog runs away. So 𝑝iuhor 𝑓-pot. And that's the same walking symbol as moit. But it means he's running away. He flees because he hears all this sound. So what we've learned today, and what we've gone over, is an actual usage of Egyptian in a story setting. And hopefully this whole Coptic lesson, all these Coptic lessons, has helped you to get a better understanding of hieroglyphs and what makes this language so beautiful. It's an artistic language. It's an ancient language. And if you're looking for more content like that, in the future, I'll be putting out more content for languages and things like that. And if you like this video, put a like or a subscribe. You'll be in for a lot of good content in the future. Thank you.